What's up everyone? Welcome to the video. Today we'll be going over the assassin build that I've made with full brute set on. We have a couple things to review with this. So let's get right into it. First of all, we have the full brute set. We do have a minus 65% HP, but we also get a ton of damage resistance. I got 64.4 damage resistance, so even though I am penalized of 65% of my HP, I am technically 9.4% tankier than if I didn't have that on. So it annuls the whole penalty thing with this. We don't have much crit strike rate base because the ruby doesn't have that much crit rate in it, sadly, compared to the sellsword tunic that has a ton of it. So that's why my crit rate is a bit low. I can bring that up to 59.2 with all my stacks, so it's not that bad. It could be very better, but it is what it is for now. In terms of the gear, this is a bad skill on it, but it's a legendary. I'm trying to get a high base one so I can start working with the hardeners on it. I am not there yet. It is what it is. I've been very unlucky with the Shadowcat pelts the last event. I'm at 104 scraps. One pelt, purple. I'm talking about purples. No legendaries. So it's super bad event luck for me right there. Cutting mutilation skill up over here, which is okay, at least it works. I got it twice. Ignite weapon plus, cutting mutilation plus, which is what I do on my gloves, like I told you in the sellsword video. I try to go for tier 4 gloves or boots, as those are easier to make and you don't waste your tier 5 mats doing so. And you're only losing a bit of HP by doing that, because boots and glove are HP. You don't want to lose attack power. You don't want to lose defense. Go with the tier 4 boots or glove to get the right skill that you want. It's going to be way less a pain for you. For the amulet, I got the rat one. Super lucky with this. With crit damage on it and boosting the damage. Very, very neat. Same accessories as on my sellsword or knight. I use the same kit everywhere. Crit strike, light attack speed. It's not best in slot anything, but it's pretty decent. Crit damage, parry time. The earrings are defensives. Strike combo damage, defensives. Strike, crit strike rate, attack power, gain rage when you do strike combo. By the way, I got information about this. The 4 is the value, not the combo, okay? So it's all strike combo. When I saw that, I was like, oh, strike combo 1. Okay, cool, I use it. Now it's 1 point that was given. So keep in mind, it's not the strike combo in the list, it's the value you get out of it. Just very poorly explained, like described. Since that has a number after, it looks like it is the actual strike combo, but yeah. Attack power, damage against bosses, crit strike rate, damage, bosses, damage rate, bosses. Very decent here. We have the twin axes, of course. Best in slot for any character in the game right now is the one for damage. You want that. Easy to decide. We got the Rager's Ruby here. Best in slot for the assassin with the extra damage for blood loss. It does not have enough crit rate. I wish it had crit rate instead of defense, but it is what it is. I mean, like, hopefully the one they release eventually for poison, because we don't have in the game a poison legendary relic. We only have a purple one. I do hope it's gonna have the actual this one here. I hope the other one will have crit rate on it, because yeah, that would solve a couple things I could do for this build and increase my damage if I had that. But we don't. It doesn't exist in the game yet. So this, with legendary, 3 of them, 2 purple and 1 blue, gets me to rank 20. Rank 20, I get 18.7 damage dealt, 18.7 damage taken reduction. So it's basically decreased damage taken from enemies. This is a different wording, but it goes in the same stat. Sadly, I thought it was multiplying both of them, but they're both the same stat, just written differently. I'm not sure I like that, but it is what it is. Translation stuff. With this stays the same. Of course, we use a champion in the secondary set because it stacks up. It's a mechanic of stacks, which aligns perfectly with the trait tree that I have the same trait tree on all character. Basically, we go first of all 10-10 in crit, then left side for crit rate bonus when we crit damage when we crit, and also crit rate bonus. 10-10 for crits. Crit strike combo, crit rate more multiplier, stacks up 5 times, giving us more crit damage as well. So that fits with the synergy of champion, stacking up 5 hits. We got 10-10 over here. And then we go down here for another one that stacks up 5 times, synergy with the champion set again. And once all of this is done, then you want to go for the damage dealt against bosses, because it helps against anything Uber in the game, Kraken, Drogon, stuff like that. And when this is done, you want to go with the damage. So you can go put the rest in the attack power wherever you want. It doesn't really matter. And that's it for the build. Of course, you want to put at least me. I like counters. I put points here, 3 points. That's my personal choice. If you don't want to play with counter, fine, go ahead, put them in the other place. Up to you. Totally up to you. For the skills, I use Poison Plus because it creates the cloud that does a ton of damage over time. And it boosts the damage of the skill a lot with this. Super decent. Also boosts the duration, if I recall, of the poison. Yes. We got then Ignite Weapon Plus, boosting the duration of it and creating a nice AoE effect of it. I wish I had Arm Conflict. I don't. And Forge and Fire, 1 point each is pretty decent because the ramping up is very little per point. But if you have at least 1 point, you get the big chunk of the effect, so that's pretty decent. I would suggest getting one of both. Instead of getting upper hand like this, I got way too many of that. It is what it is. But at least I got the Gut Mutilation Plus from the glove, tier 4. Boosting my damage by, I think it goes 300% above. Or 400, I'm not sure how high it goes up. Just by having Gut Mutilation up. So it's a freaking ton of level you had just by getting this in. Pretty decent. If you prefer Turning Kick, go for it. If you got Turning Kick Plus, go for it. Skull Bash is pretty decent as well. Destruction is terrible. Daze damage in this game is... You don't want to go for Daze build. It's decent, but it doesn't give you necessarily more damage, so don't go for this. This game is a big DPS check in most mechanics, so you want to do the most damage, not stun the boss to hit longer on it. Like, it doesn't make mana, it doesn't make point. Doesn't make sense. Sorry. It won't help you out in the long run. You need more damage for rankings and stuff like that. Well, yeah, I forgot the basic skill. So over here, we go Strike Combo 1, as usual. Best one in the whole game. Left for applying Bloodburst, which is gonna apply the effect of our Ruby. Without this, Ruby doesn't really work, so be sure to have this on. Then hitting target with Bloodburst with Strike Combo 1 gains you more rage to help our rage generation. And killing a poison target with Strike Combo 1 gets you another 20 rage. That's cool, but like the other one is also bad. It gets you extra active skill damage when, like, for a amount of time, but let's say you're fighting Drogon. Oh, you kill it, you got boost. It doesn't do much because you just killed it. It's one-on-one. Like, there's one enemy in the place. Same for Kraken. It's mostly for waves. It could be decent, but I prefer to have more rage. I can use my skill more, but that's on me. That's my own personal choice. You could go left or right, depending on whatever you suit. They're both about killing enemies, and if you're fighting bosses one-on-one, you never get it to work. So, it doesn't really matter. And when you're out of... Like, you cannot level it up because you're already capped out in level. You can go dump points in Parry Link if you have Parry. If you don't have Parry unlocked, then I would say go with Evasion Attack, because that's the one you're going to be doing the most during combo fights. Other than that, that's about it. We did the skill tree, the trade tree, set research. Like I said, we go for champion for ramping up damage. artifact, we did check them. Twin Axes and Ruby. That's about it. So this is the character. I'll show you the stats overall. Almost at 5,000 attack power without any ramping up. Crit damage at 208. Crit rate 229. We got 98% of increased attack power. Damage increase rate 90% due to the brute. For the defense, yeah, we have 40% extra defense. Damage taken 74.4. I'm getting close to the max. Once I get full legendary, I will be at 80% for sure. Because brute rate will brute set will increase. And the damage against bosses, damage dealt to bosses, where is it? 30%. Netting us way more damage on the bosses. Super useful. So I'll show you what the build looks like when you have full stacks with the stats. We'll do this, special, guard, and just not guard. Oh, come on. Anyway, we'll full stacks. So we'll go over here, stats. We got 105,004 after our ramp ups. Crit rate 40%. Wait, it went down. By the time I clicked on that, it went down. That was so fast. Hey, what's up, menu? That was so fast to lose stacks. But you can see 59.2. The time that I opened up the all stat, it went down. We're almost at 60%. The 60 here that says cap is for the base stats only. It doesn't count your prayer buff, your potions, your ramping up with traits, stuff like this, sets. This is just base stat when you're sitting there with no buff. You cannot be above 60. Everything else that you buff up after that can go above 60. Same for the damage crit rate. Crit strike damage rate. So that's about that. Penetrating power is very trash as a stats. Don't go for that. It's kind of funny how a penetrating power, what is it? Oh, it's increasing penetrating power. Oh, so much information. I love this. Sorry, the first time I saw that, I was like, oh man, this is terrible. So this is it for the assassin build. I hope you enjoyed it. It's pretty decent. To my big surprise, the knight build is starting to slap almost as much as my assassin, and I am not geared at all like my assassin. So there's more of this build coming soon. The sellsword is already out. I hope you enjoy all of that. Let me know in the comments if you want more stuff. Stay tuned. Peace.